Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2022, class president, Ethan Brandon McDowell.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ethan McDowell, Senior Class President. On behalf of the class of 2022, I would like to wish you all a personal, warm-hearted welcome for attending tonight's ceremony. A special welcome to Superintendent Floyd, Principal Gaines, Board of Education, administrators, and other Hart County educators, faculty, and staff who are in attendance this evening. Thank you to all the parents, family members, and friends that could gather here tonight to honor the exceptionally wonderful achievements of this class. Without your support, none of this would have been possible. It is such a special feeling to know that we all have one commonality here, and that is the celebration of a new beginning, a new chapter, an entirely new chance. I know all of you are on the borderline of passing out, so without any further delay, I'd like to wish you all a final welcome to the class of 2022 graduation ceremony. Now, if you will please rise for the performance of the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and welcome Mary Elizabeth Jackson, the senior class secretary, as she offers the invocation.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this special day and for all the graduates of the class of 2022. We are grateful for your love and guidance over the last 4 years as we have navigated high school. We thank you for the good weather on this night. Please continue to bless and protect these graduates and give them the strength and grace to succeed in the next chapter of their lives. In your name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats as the principal of Hart County High School, Mr. Kevin Gaines, addresses the graduates.
It's with great pleasure I stand before you today as principal of Hart County High School. Class of 2022 is a special group. I had the privilege to see these students go from entering the halls of ninth grade until now. This graduating class has achieved a lot. 47 honor graduates, over $1 million in individual scholarships was given out at senior awards night. You had in the Hope Scholarship, Zell Miller, athletic scholarships, and that's over $6 million. Quite a number of this class will qualify for the Hope Scholarship as well as the Zell Miller. We also have some that have been enlisted in a branch of the military. At this time, if you're in the class of 2022 and you have enlisted in the military, please stand. This class has achieved well academically. We got 15 students that finished through our STEAM program. If you're part of our STEAM program, acknowledged by that stole, please stand. This class has taken more college classes through dual enrollment and AP than any other class. If you're in the class of 2022 and you've taken dual enrollment or AP, please stand. Students, I have a challenge for you. I want you to think about all those people in your life that's made an impact. It could be a parent, family member, friend, or a teacher. I want every member of the class of 2022 at this time, take your cell phone out. Take your cell phone and take a selfie. All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take that selfie, and I want you to text it to someone in your phone that has impacted your life right now. Could be somebody in the stands, or maybe somebody that's not even here tonight. Some of y'all moving a little slow on that task there. Come on now. Those people in our life impact who you are. Just like you, the class of 2022s have opportunities to impact others. Through canned food drives, STEAM Olympiad, field days, honor graduate visits to elementary schools, shopping with the dogs, and numerous others. Every year I take the opportunity to spotlight a few class members, and I'm going to do the same this year. Who's the next? Ethan McDowell, Cassie Robinson, Mary Elizabeth Jackson, and Lindsay Wadvogel as the top three in the class. Who's the next? Ethan McDowell and Eliza Hart as Mr. and Ms. Memoir. Who's the next? Abigail Martin and Alexis Seawright to direct the finest band in the land. Who's the next? Ariana Good to be the Student of the Year of the senior class. Who's the next? Jalen Squires Banks to be chosen as Principal Gallery. Who's the next? Irene Mai to win Homecoming Queen. Who's the next? Anna Richardson to lead our Bulldog Battalion. Who's the next? Peyton Powell to clear a hole in the offensive line and smash that home run on the baseball diamond. Who's the next? Red Campbell to smash a softball and take it to the next level. Who's the next? J.C. Curry to dominate on the basketball court. Who's the next? Jake Mitchell to help make sure our players stay hydrated on Friday nights. Who's the next Dawson Card and Talis Morrison to reel in that big fish and take it to the next level? Who's the next Tanner Ayers to sling it on the baseball diamond from the pitcher's mound? Who's the next in the senior class to win a state championship? There's been a few of you. I truly believe as we move forward, this class can continue to win and make great memories as you finish what you start. Parents, you're to be commended on the work of this graduating class. It's obviously you've instilled in them the importance of education, as they would not be in the position they are today if it were not for family members and parents who've encouraged them along the way. Teachers and employees of our school system, you're to be commended for the work you've done contributing to this graduating class. I'll leave you with a quote from former President Abraham Lincoln. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Superintendent Mr. Jay Floyd, Board of Education Chairperson Ms. Kim Pierce, and Hart County Board of Education, I present to you the class of 2022. Thank you. We'll always be one heartbeat, and God bless class of 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the co-third honor graduate, Mary Elizabeth Jackson.
I am honored to be the class of 2022 co-third honor graduate. I would first like to thank all the family members, friends, teachers, and administrators here today, as we, the graduates of the class of 2022, would not be sitting in these seats today without you. Secondly, I congratulate my classmates as we have reached a significant milestone in our lives. Be proud of what you have accomplished today. As I reflect on the past 4 years, I realize how many positive memories this place holds for me. Early morning tea times with the golf team, discussions in the Latin room, Friday night football games, and many more. Recently, I was asked in a radio interview what I would miss the most about high school, and my answer was immediate: the teachers. From staying after school to writing recommendation letters, my teachers at Hart County High School have always gone above and beyond in order to help me succeed. I will miss the Latin discussions with both Mr. Ivy and Mr. Martin, time spent in the engineering room with Mr. McDuffie, and talking with Mr. Lee. I will also miss the peers that I have grown up with. We have all grown up alongside each other for the past 13 years. The next couple of months see all of us going on different paths in life, but we all have one thing in common: our foundation here at Hart County High School. Although this occasion is one for celebration, there has been a hint of sadness and nostalgia this week as we have walked these halls for the last time as students. In a few moments, we will cross this stage and officially end our high school career. C.S. Lewis says, "There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind." I encourage everyone to keep this in mind despite any sadness or uncertainty. To my fellow graduates, make today the first of many accomplishments in your life. As new adults, we have our whole lives ahead of us, as this was simply the first chapter of many. Whether your next step is college, technical school, the workforce, or you simply don't know, make sure to follow your passions in what you pursue. I am wishing the best for you. Once again, thank you all for being here, and thank you for your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the co-third honor graduate, Lindsay Marie Waldvogel.
Welcome everyone in the field and in the stands today. Before I start, I would like to give a special thank you to Mr. Martin for shaping me into the person I am today. Now, I know many people will be able to relate to this struggle more than myself, but I was not always a part of Hart County. I moved here with my grandma most of the way through the second grade, and I remember being so scared. By second grade, you have the basics figured out. You know your elementary school's layout, the schedule, the people you should sit with, that weird kid to stay away from, all of that. But when I came to Harville Elementary, I didn't have any of that. My entire world was different. I had to say goodbye to my beloved friends and teachers for a place I did not yet understand. But slowly over the years, this place became natural to me. I made friends, some of who changed. I met people I liked and people I didn't like at all. And I didn't even realize it until the start of this month. I was in the Fine Arts Center. I was sitting down, bored, in one of my best dresses at awards night. I thought it would be like any of the other awards nights I went to. I would wait for my name to be called, walk up, smile, sit back down, and let my mind pass time by reciting an entire Taylor Swift album in order or something. But then something hit me. As I was watching my classmates walk across the stage for their scholarships and recognition, I realized that my usual mindless, empty clapping had been replaced with a genuine, full-hearted, spirited applause. Because somewhere along the way, that random guy who sat in my math class became a person with a name I knew, who loved to fish and was nicer than I thought he'd be at first glance. The person who made dark jokes in the class I had once became such and such, whom I always reminded about the next English assignment, even though I knew he wouldn't do it anyway. These people, formerly unknown placeholders in the desks around me, turned into people whose name and character and interest I knew. I found myself crying because I was so proud of my peers, even the ones I had rarely talked to in my 10 years here. But then a couple weeks later, I realized something else. All of us graduating today have experienced that familiarity and compassion, and all of us are going to have to go through that cycle again. Whether the next part of your life is going to another school or getting a job or maybe even traveling the world, we will all have to figure things out again. Your environment, your schedule, the people to hang out with, that weird person to stay away from. But there are two things we've got going for us now. We can take comfort in the fact that, first of all, we have each other. All of us have met at least a few people here whom we will have the privilege of knowing for our whole lives, people we can count on. And second, that we will end up somewhere like this down the line. We will be celebrating others' victories, taking steps forward in our lives, and absolutely crying our eyes out. We will be finding new ways to fall apart.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the salutatorian, Cassie Nicole Robinson.
Before I start my speech, I would love to thank two teachers, Josh Bryant and Seth Howard. You have completely shaped me and made me the person that I am today, and I will be forever grateful. Good evening, parents, teachers and faculty, family and friends, and all of the incredible graduates. My name is Cassie Robinson, and I am beyond privileged to be standing before you today as salutatorian of the class of 2022. Being able to stand here right now is something that I never anticipated for myself, but I will use this opportunity to spread a very important message. This consists of a valuable lesson I learned throughout my 2021 through 2022 school year experience. This school year has been the hardest year of my life, as it has been both physically and mentally draining from the beginning to the end. I spent the majority of the year alone and working from the moment I went to school until the moment I was getting ready for school the next day. That being said, running on empty became normal for me. I was constantly stressed and my anxiety never went down. There were so many nights where I feared I wouldn't be able to complete work because I was so tired and under pressure. I looked for any source of guidance or comfort that I could find, but had no luck. It wasn't until late October when I started to find that guidance. At this point of the school year, I came to the realization that I was no longer treating myself like a human, but as a machine. I was simply only using myself for work, not for enjoying life. I lost most of my friends, and frankly, I lost myself. I remember this like it was yesterday when I asked myself, what happened to you? What happened to Cassie? It was a very emotional period of time for me, but it was also a turning point in my life. I finally found the guidance that I had been looking for so long, and it was within me. I was my own guidance, but I guided myself in the wrong direction. I knew what I wanted to achieve, but didn't know the proper way to go about achieving it. I thought that if I put everything before myself, life would turn out as it should, but it didn't. I'm standing here where I wanted to be, but at what cost? Even where I'm standing tonight, I never thought that what I accomplished in my 4 years of high school was enough for me to have this title. Just a few weeks ago, when I was doing my senior interview, I talked to another student doing the interview about these feelings, and they helped me see something very important. They told me that I did deserve to be in this position, and what I did was well more than enough. They also told me that they felt the same as I did at one point, but they had to remind themselves that they worked extremely hard to get to where they were. I went home that night and thought about everything that was said thoroughly. While I am salutatorian, that does not make me more capable than anybody else. People receive awards in many different forms, whether it's for sports, clubs, or academics. Mine just so happened to be in the academic field. This beautiful gold medal that I'm wearing around my neck is the most valuable award that I've ever received, and I've worked so hard for this. I've worked toward this medal for 13 years of my life, and for once, I'm able to be so proud of myself instead of feeling guilty for having it. As well as this medal, I have my honor graduate medal and 8 class medals. It still surprises me that I didn't think that was enough. I never thought anything I did was enough. Out of everything that has happened to me during this school year, I know that I wouldn't be standing here right now if it weren't for the graduates. The graduates in this class are also unique, wonderful, and very intelligent. And every parent here tonight should be so proud to call the young adults in this group their children. The words and actions towards me, good and bad, that have come from this class have shaped me to be the person that you're seeing this evening, and I'm so proud to be who I am. For that reason, I want to say thank you. I love each and every one of you so dearly. A quote that I would love to share tonight comes from Michael Jackson, and it reads, "You can't do your best when you're doubting yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, who will?" Believing in myself was the hardest obstacle for me to overcome, but I believe that we are all capable of accomplishing what we set our minds to. The most important message to take from my speech is to know your limits. Know how much you can handle in a given time. If you feel that you are becoming overwhelmed, do what is best for your health and go at a comfortable pace. We all move at different speeds, but that's what makes us unique. I hope that my speech was able to connect to you, and I hope everyone is able to have a wonderful life after high school. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the valedictorian, Ethan Brandon McDowell.
Hey guys, it's been a while. Welcome board, faculty, family, friends, guests, and most importantly, the Hart County High School class of 2022. I cannot express in words how honored I am to be able to speak to you all here today. I remember my 4th grade awards ceremony at North Hart Elementary. Shout out to all my North Hart people. And I remember getting almost every award in a ceremony for the first time ever. I felt so proud of myself, like something I had done had been amazing. But I wasn't the only proud one. I looked at my parents' face as they were taking pictures of my awards and their smiles were bigger than I had ever seen before. I promised them that day that I would be valedictorian, and above all else, I'm so joyous to be able to say that I kept that promise. It has been a lengthy 13 years in the Hart County school system, so I'd love to share some of the most monumental moments of my moments at HCHS. Going into high school in the fall of 2018, yeah, it's been that long, I had no clue what to expect. I mean, 4 years ago, and I believe I speak for everyone when I say this, but I'm completely different. Some of you guys remember me. I mean, come on. I had short brown hair, wore braces, loved playing video games, hated being outside, and honestly, I was kind of rude. So, how did I undergo such a dramatic change? Well, it was when we all did, quarantine. Up until the COVID-19 pandemic, my beliefs were fixed, set in stone, in a mind so fragile and ignorant to the world on fire that surrounded it. Once the coronavirus went into full effect and the entire world as we knew it began to shut down, the deconstruction of everything I had ever known began as well. Spending months upon months in isolation forced me to challenge my most vital, morally essential beliefs. Beliefs inside of me that I had refused to question my entire life. Witnessing innocent men and women in my own country being killed for things outside of their control, such as race, witnessing the flawed justice system that often does not seek justice for these victims. And just like that, the image of the perfect utopia that I thought the world was shattered. I went down this rabbit hole of discovering the world from a perspective outside of the Hartwellian norm. Nice little adjective. And what I found was insane. I won't really go more into detail because I'm starting to ramble, but I say all this to demonstrate that it's okay to be an individual and to think like an individual. Challenging a belief that will fundamentally change your life entirely can be devastating, but the growth that comes from that deconstruction will blossom you into an entirely new person. The most important decisions that I made in Hart County High School were the ones that I made while going against the crowd, going against everyone telling me that I will not succeed. Well, here I am, Ethan McDowell, the first student from Hart County High School to ever receive an acceptance letter to Brown University, a private Ivy League school along with 15 other schools. I would love, mind you, there were some amazing faculty and staff in the school responsible for this, but the most important moments responsible for my acceptance happened outside the classroom. After completing 20-plus college applications, I can guarantee that your SAT score is not the most important part of your application, and that joining as many clubs as possible actually hurts you, not helps you. When I visited Brown University about a month ago, I had the wonderful opportunity to meet my admissions officer, the person responsible for my acceptance. With Brown's 3.5% regular decision acceptance rate, I had to ask, out of 50,000 applications, why me? He didn't bring up my grades or my SAT scores, but he talked about my dedication to the things that I believed in, my transparency as an individual, my refusal to conform to the specific image of what I should or should not be. Enough about making history and all that boring stuff. It's time for me to get a little sentimental for a second. There are so many amazing people out in the crowd tonight that I would love to thank, but for the sake of time, I'll limit it as best as possible. I would love to thank my teachers, specifically Mr. Martin, Mr. Talbert, Mr. Lee, Coach Eddie, and even though he just joined us this year, Mr. Ivy. All of you as tripled as my mentors, educators, and friends all in one. The knowledge you gave me will live within both my heart and mind for eternity. You guys have shown me that it's okay to think differently from the rest, and you have made me feel supported more than I could ever portray with words. One relationship that I did not expect to make during my high school experience was undoubtedly with the custodial staff. Each and every one of Hart County High School's custodians has the sweetest soul on the entire planet. If given the chance, I guarantee it would be a blessing for anyone to have the pleasure of knowing you guys. And thank you all for your endless work. Yeah, round of applause for them. To the classes to come, you guys are going to make me so proud. And I hope that I've shown you that there is no ideal image of what success looks like. You must make that path for yourself. To my parents and family, thank you guys for standing alongside me throughout this entirety of this journey. You guys never doubted me for a second, and I could not thank you enough for urging me to never settle and to never lose the fire that has ignited this predecessory success. Last but certainly not least, to the class of 2022, my people, my family, my friends. For most of us, we have known each other almost our entire lives, and for the first time in history, or for the first time in years, we'll be separated, moving along on our unique paths of adulthood. Our entire world as we know it officially changes today. There will not be another event where we will be together as collectively as we are here today. I genuinely did not think that I would have such a strong connection with all of you guys, and I had no idea how all of you were going to make me so proud. Paula Robinson and her beautiful voice, Justin Coker and his golden retriever personality, Abby Martin and her laugh, Blake Skelton and his jokes, Bella Lack and her shyness, E.T. Thompson and his art, Mary Elizabeth Jackson and her unrooted frustration. We will no longer get to see each other on a daily basis, but that does not mean I will stop rooting for you all. I will never stop urging you guys on to achieve what I know you are all capable of. The flame of friendship that I've sparked with you in these 4 years is eternal, relentless, and that ember will never die out. So I'll leave you all with one final message. Do not take this graduation as the end of a chapter, but the beginning of a life as you have never experienced it before. Life is just beginning. Let us flourish in a world with no direction and no right answers. Let us navigate our journey beautifully, innovatively, and confidently. Let us find our purpose. Let us cherish every moment from this moment forward. Let us be us. Thank you guys so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the class treasurer, Shateria Phanasia Blackwell.
Good evening. Can I take this off? Okay. Good evening. I'm Shateria Blackwell, the senior class treasurer. Class of 2022, we did it. The endless memories we will share will always be here. The dreams we all have are right around the corner, waiting for us to achieve them. This is where our oh-so-similar stories begin to change. As we listen to our class song, please join me in watching the slideshow to end one long chapter in our story, and remember that we are young. Thank you.
No, I know that I'm not all that you got. I guess that I just thought maybe we could find new ways to fall apart. But our friends are back, so let's raise a toast. 'Cause I found someone to carry me home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. Coming home tonight. Just coming home tonight. Coming home tonight. Just coming home tonight. The moon is on your side. I have no reason to run. So will someone come and carry me home tonight? The angels never arrive, but I can hear the choir. So will someone come and carry me home tonight? We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now honor the class of 2022 through the delivery of diplomas. Please help us honor each and every graduate by maintaining proper decorum and holding applause for individuals to a minimum. Our class of 2022 honor graduates are Ethan Brandon McDowell. Cassie Nicole Robinson. Mary Elizabeth Jackson. Lindsay Marie Waldvogel. Marley Aguilar. Tanner Edward Ayers. Anthony Bowie. Austin Daniel Chapman. Justin Keith Coker. Larson J. Kraft. Nona Alexis Forrester. Brooke Allison Gaines. Janasia Latrice Gaines. Janiyah Amani Jabert. Aiden William Gordon. Ariana Jamiriel Good. Eliza Nicole Hart. Ethan Matthew Ho. Francis Minyat Hong. Cadence Lynn Human. August Grace Jackson. Kanasia Shamaya Johnson. In absentia, Camden Joshua Lloyd. Veronica Irene Krenzer. Teddy Benton Lovelace Jr. Irene Tan May. Ivan Scott Martin. Alea Marie McCann. Jonathan William McLean. Ansley Carrington Mitchell. Olivia K. Morris. Tallis Hayes Morrison. Maverick Lee Neal. In absentia, Diana Rose Nolan. Warren Zachariah Perkins. Peyton Lindsay Powell. Tyler Brady Preble. Sydney Grace Reed. Anna Elizabeth Richardson. Daisy Renee Roney. Charlize Renasia Rucker. Sydney Starr Sanders. Alexa Paige Seawright. Hannah Michaela Seegers. Jonathan Hunter Seymour. Ashlyn Hope Stanton. Elijah Aiden Stovall. Jordan Wheeler Teal. Madison Mackenzie Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the class of 2022 are Elijah Jacob Adams. Jacob Michael Adams. Kylie Reese Adams. Hudson Shaw Austin. Ethan Michael Bailey. Jaron Ethan Bailey. John Matthew Baker. Ronnie Isaiah Banks. Caitlin May Beaver. Zachary Wade Benner. Paisley Hope Bettis. Randall Jaden Blackman. Anjere Crisais Blackwell. Shataria Phanasia Blackwell. Cameron Isaiah Bonner. Danny Eugene Brawner, Jr. Jason Isaiah Brewer. Isaiah Maxalik Brooks. Jada Kaylise Brown. Lainey Renee Brown. Renaja Tashia Brown. Lorenzo Tayshawn Birch. Avery Garrett Burton. Hayden Reed Byram. In absentia, Mike Andrikis LaCory Campbell. Takibria Stenea Campbell. Dawson Bryce Carden. Tyler Avant Carter. James Xavier Chapman. Landon Reese Chapman. Carlacia Monet Cheeks. Shamiria Niall Coleman. Emily Elizabeth Collins. Adravion Comendrick Cooper. Haley Marie Kraft. John Travis Dayana Crew. Lindsay Marie Crow. Carmia Donleisha Curry. Johnny Latrell Curry. Nolan James Dean. Jason Luke Detter. Jacob Robert Dombrowski. Trista Alexis Driver. Christopher William Duggan. Kenneth Dominic Dutton. Keegan Jabari Dye. Adriana Jada Earl. Briamaya Ravion Edmond. Aiden Michael Estep. Jahim Adonai Figueroa Aguinaga. Marquise Alexander Floyd. Omarion Matthias Rinkel Fortson. Kanye Jordan Fouch. Ezekiel Robert Fowler. Russell James Freeze. Autumn Michelle Gandy. Alicia Janae Gardner. Jonathan Genchi Cortez. In absentia, Olivia Grace Gibbs. Chastity Bell Graham. Joshua James Graham. Landon Shannon Graham. Madison May Graham. Tanaya Kamaria Grimes. Abby Elizabeth Hable. Shakaria Jerlise Haley. Gracie Lynn Hale. Xander Brian Hall. Jerikas Taekwon Harper. Mackenzie Leslie Harper. Shikaza Mayana Harper. Victoria Elizabeth Heaton. Camden Blake Herring. Peggy Marie Hicks. Zachary Benton Hill. Jared Jason Howell. Kyle Wesley Hubbard. Rachel Elizabeth Huber. Rakiria Florine Huff. Chase Everett Holm. Kristen Lee Human. In absentia, Ryan Jacob Human. Akayla LaDeja Hunt. Jalen Tyrese Hunt. Erwin Jade Highsinger. Jade Marie Isom. Miguel Angel Jaimes. Brianna Cheyenne Johnson. In absentia, Nolan Alexander Johnson. Olivia Claire Johnson. Bryson Lance Jones. Jeremiah Jacob Jones. Lil Douglas Roy Jones. Matthew Mark Jordan. Malachi T. Kelly. Zion Gloria Teshi Kent. Caitlin Marie Key. Victoria Sky Kupfer. Isabella Grace Lack. Jalen Malachi Lackey. Story Nizala Langston. Kelly Yvonne Lawrence. Carly Lane Little. Angelina Nicole Lockridge. Vanessa Lee Lopez. Gregorio Macedo Fajardo. Rachel Marie Merritt. Abigail Meadow Martin. Liana Nicole Martin. Spencer Furman Martin. Diego Lupe Martinez Johnson. Jessica Ray Massey. Rodnisha Shapor Maddox. Myrna Natalia Maxwell. Stanley Hunter Maxwell. Janica Narissa McDonald. Harrison Parker McGowan. Abigail Leanne McLean. Jamirian Deshawn Merritt. Jacob Riley Mitchell. Jamarkion Antoine Mitchell. Kiaja Amaya Montgomery. Jerikas Jamarion Moore. Chelsea Castro Morales. Darren Morales. Jenna Nicole Morris. Lizeth Munoz. Jackie Galvez Negrete. Joshua Earl Calvin Oliverio. Cassidy Faith Owens. Brian Nathaniel Patillo. Joseph William Phillips. Keely Ryan Pickard. Skylar Evan Pitts. Bobby Scott Powell. Ashley Reyes Chavez. Dawson Heath Rice. David Cole Reisner. Charlotte Ann Roberts. Paula Ann Robison. Gabriel Rojas Reyes Jr. Georgia Olivia Rowland. Anna Lee Rucker. LaRodrick Maricus Rucker. Keyshauna Pache Sadler. Carissa Nicole Sadler. Future Lil D Sadler. Chase Lamar Sanders. Bailey Marie Scott. Jacob Harrison Shirley. Blake Kenneth Skelton. Timothy Dean Smart. Emily Grace Smith. Jalen Marquette Squires Banks. Allie Nicole Strickland. Malik Isaiah Sturgill. Alexis Peyton Taylor. Elijah Rayshawn Teasley. Tyreek Deshaun Teasley. Clayton Blaze Thompson. Cody Kenneth Thompson. Elijah Christian Thompson. Haley Ann Elizabeth Thompson. Jerion Terrell Thornton. Melinda Cooey Touch. Tyler Salvador Trujillo. Alicia Paige Tucker. Morgan Faith Turner. Pedro Barrientos Valle. Lamitris Quintez Verdell. Allie Grace Vickery. Jasmine Bell Vilches. Chloe Bell Waldron. Trenton Joseph Walker. Jenna Ann Wesp. Jaden Kamari Wheeler. Anaya Yvette White. Lindsay Grace Whitmire. Braden Thomas Whitson. Jonathan Blake Wood. Adrian Page Wooten. Lorenzo Andreas Wynn. Brian O'Shell Yanez. Ty Garrett Yergin. Paige Mackenzie Zimmerman. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear one more loud and thunderous round of applause for the class of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and direct your attention to the Jumbotron as the Hart County Chamber of Commerce leads us in our alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats and welcome the class vice president, Irene Tan Mai.
Good evening. My name is Irene Mai, and I am the Vice President of the Class of 2022. Before we close out this evening ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to say congratulations to all of the graduates and thank all of our families and friends who have helped us reach this milestone. I would also like to thank all of our teachers and staff who have helped us students along the way. To my fellow classmates, we did it. We are the Class of 2022. Wherever our paths may take us, remember the lessons and memories that were created here at Hart County High School. Take all of the knowledge, information, and wisdom we have learned this past 13 years and create a passion within. Your character will determine who you are as a person and will be the very thing you need to build a strong foundation on. Use this foundation for your future. With it, you will and can accomplish anything. Class of 2022, congratulations again. We are now alumni of Hart County High School. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the superintendent of our Hart County school system, Mr. Jabez Floyd, for the turning of the tassels.
Congratulations, graduates. I, too, graduated from Hart County High School 40 years ago, 1982. We're in 2022. Congratulations, this class. This is my last graduating class, so I want to do something that I have never done before, ever. Thank you. Now back to the superintendent mode. I have the most difficult task because it's last, but I have the most important task of certifying our graduates. I would like to thank our school board members for being platform guests today. If you give them a round of applause, please. The turning of the tassel from the right side to the left side is a 45-year-old tradition for graduating ceremonies. It symbolizes the turning of a page in your life. As the proverb goes, our real education begins today. Graduates, please stand. To Board Chair Kimberly Pierce, Vice Chair Lonnie Robinson, and members of the Hart County Board of Education, I, Jay Floyd, Superintendent of Hart County Charter System, certify that these 238 members of the class of 2022 have completed all requirements as set forth by the State Board of Education and the Hart County Charter System. Graduates, turn your tassel. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the graduation ceremony for the class of 2022. Thank you for your amazing support of this special graduating class. Please have a safe remainder of the summer.